Anyway,
I swear that.
hello,
What's going on, guys?
and welcome to the 5th edition to
Episode V.
of The Empire Strikes Back, the B-Movie Den Strikes Back. I'm Wade.
And I am Gary.
And today we're doing another one. This is May. We're going to do another...
May the 5th be with you.
So springtime's already over, apparently. Yeah, so let's just get into it. We're going to pick a movie.
Yeah, it's your choice today, right?
My choice. So give me the hat.
Here you go.
Alright, let's see what I got here. This one is Frostbiter.
Well,
I am in the mood for chili.
are you
Yes.
sure you're not in the mood for, anything else? I mean, chili scares me.
And welcome back. That was the longest hour and 23 minutes of my life.
Hey, you have to admit, though, 8 minutes of it was just credits.
That is very true. It was the longest hour and 15 minutes of my life. And that's not, I'm not saying this movie drags and it's boring. I'm not saying that. It's more of like, it felt longer than it was.
I love this movie. I grew up watching this movie for a long time. We even had to get into a little dispute over it at one point. Because it's like, oh, it was made in this year. It's like, no, I could have sworn I watched it at this point. And we were still going over it after the movie.
It's originally made in 1988 by Tom Chaney. Keep on saying Tom Clancy.
Yeah, you kept saying Tom Clancy.
Tom Chaney did this is like 1988, but it's released in 1996.
It was released to VHS and theaters and kind of run around 95, 96.
Yes.
And then it was released to DVD in 2000. And
By
the one that
Trauma.
we're watching is this one. If you want to.
The Trauma release of Frostbiter. Look at that art.
Yeah, it's good time. Uh-oh, Day of the Animals strikes back.
We're gonna take a break.
Hold on, you two. Come on. Hey.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry.
We have a pet dispute here. Cat and a dog. They don't get along.
Living together. Mass hysteria.
As they say. But yeah, this movie is it's a movie.
Oh, come on, give it more
It's
than
originally
that.
called Wendigo.
Wrath of the Wendigo.
Yeah,
Frostbiter, Wrath of the Wendigo.
Yeah, whatever. This is called Frostbiter. The video is going to be called Frostbiter, so we're going to go by Frostbiter. Stars Ron Ashton
And Laurie Baker.
from
The Stooges.
The Stooges. Yeah.
And he was the guitarist for Iggy Pop.
Yeah, well, The Stooges.
Well, but I'm saying...
It's almost the same. Let's be real. Iggy Pop and The Stooges are the same thing.
Well, I'm saying he had his own band called,
I know.
Stooges.
It's the same band. Anyway, I'm probably going to get a lot of Stooges fans. Just
from saying it's starring Ron Ashton.
It doesn't matter because who cares? Because they're not on the soundtrack. Because the soundtrack is the best part of the movie. Oh my God!
I mean, you didn't like the gore.
Okay. Let's talk about the movie. It's basically about this old man. He's the guardian, and Ron. I'm just gonna call him Francis because it looks like Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Well, his character name is Gary.
Gary.
How many times have we had a Gary so far? It's the first Gary character in 5 episodes.
Okay, Gary, not you. Gary.
I know.
He's with his friend, and he's like 40 or whatever, and he's acting like a teenager, destroying signs.
Yeah, they're just drunk on this island. They're destroying signs. It's like, hunting. Ha!
And the dude just kills the guardian, who looks like remember in the movie Scrooged?
Yeah.
He has his friend who died, and it says you're being chased by 3 ghosts. He looks like that guy.
Him with a bald cap and a big chicken gizzard.
And when he's talking to them, the makeup's okay, but when he's dying, the makeup is awful. It got worse.
They zoomed in big time. It's like, okay, we got to reapply this.
Oh
crap.
God, darken it. I don't know. But yeah, they realize, they opened the portal to the Wendigo, and he turns into a skeleton and starts and his friend gets killed, and so Gary runs around. Meanwhile, we get Meanwhile, we get this scene of Sandy, waking up and the Guardian's like dressed like the Virgin Mary or whatever.
Well, it's Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa. Or just playing his best ghost costume. I don't know. He was literally a ghost, so he put like white sheets all over himself. Because he's a ghost. So he does a Force ghost, so he's, being Obi-Wan right now. He's like, you're the chosen one now, and I'm the chosen one now. And she's like, okay.
I'm fine with this. I know I'm the chosen one.
I don't know what her job is. I don't know does she live with her parents, how old she is.
She could be 12. She could be 20. We don't know.
We have no idea the Sandy character, but she's the chosen one, so we have to be behind her. Yes. I don't know who she is. And then we follow this group of poker players.
No, they're friends.
They're bros.
They're definitely bros. They're 80s bros that are hanging out.
They may be racist. I don't know.
They could be racist.
Yeah, because once Leo comes in, which,
token black man of the film.
And they're just like, so it's because we have a circle of friends. Because I announced.
We didn't even know someone was going to be coming, man. Come on.
Those are pretty much the players of the movie, and
it's like Gary, Larry. What was it? Like Gary, Larry, Leo,
Peter.
Yeah, I think there's a Peter.
Tony.
Tony
is the one that I've seen Bigfoot.
I've seen a Bigfoot, and his foot is just a small part of his anatomy.
Tony is the worst cryptozoologist ever in the history of the world. Yeah.
See, Wendigo's bullshit, but I know about the Bigfoot.
I'm not... they established that there is no rules with the Wendigo. It's a spirit.
It's a spirit.
So it can do whatever it wants. It could even imitate Evil Dead 2 if it wants to.
And they do, and there's a lot of shots of that. There's a lot of...
Yeah, there's a sad attempt of the Evil Dead spirit camera where they're the spirit, you're zooming in everywhere.
But as opposed to zooming in, it's more like a slow jog.
It's more of like
drunk stumble at a time.
It's more of, I forgot the camera was on when I was walking, so let me turn it off.
Hey, what's going on?
And then Tom Chaney was like, dude, I really like that shot, and the DP's like,
going.
I don't know.
And then when they one of their go-to moves when someone gets like thrown around is a smash.
We gotta have that shot of
just a random horror movie in the future. We're gonna have to do one.
There's a lot of day for night.
Oh, a lot of blue. A
lot of blue. It works at times, like when you introduced to Sandy as this nice, like kind of like night scene of
and you were like, that's a nice blue color, and then like 2 scenes earlier, you're like, no,
it's because it's day for light. No, I thought it was an artistic choice. Because it looked really good. There's a lot of blue in this, I guess, because it's cold.
And then you got some random hold on, BDFD.
Oh, the BDFD parts. The news channel
they're
was
in black
awful.
and white. The news is only in black and white.
Terrible.
And it looks like it got thrown back to the 50s just for that. They're all wearing 50s clothes and hats and stuff, like randomly.
What was that? I don't know. Anyway, so, there's a lot of things going on. There's a long joke about prostitution.
Yeah, there's a long joke where the punchline is prostitution, and it goes on.
And it's a good 5-minute story.
And he's sitting there going like, what? Did they leave the camera on? What the hell's going on? Why are they doing this?
They're trying to do like a Jaws, like the story he tells his Jaws.
Yeah, and then it comes to the punchline, and he's just like, okay, now I get it, I'm fine with it. It's just like, still a rather long joke that they could have sped up a little bit.
Yeah. And we don't really get backstory. They're friends.
Although they're friends.
Really, no character has backstory. We heard that Gary has...
Gary's a doctor.
He's a doctor. What kind of doctor? I don't know. He has pain pills. Is he really a doctor? Is he a pill popper? I don't know.
Tony's a dentist. So we that's about how far we get. You kind of figure that... what's his name? Peter? The main guy? It seems that he's like a pawnbroker kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, based off of his
But they're all the same character at times.
Yeah, at the same time, it's like, okay, we're all going to be the same person at this moment.
Go. It all culminates, the only parts that are amazing, the best scene in the entire movie is the first chili scene. You pointed out, there's 2 chili songs. 2 separate chili songs. This is not like a remix.
By 2 different artists.
Yes. And also the credit song has a reference to the chili.
Yes. So technically there's a third chili song.
2.5. Let's just say 2.5. There's 2.5 songs about chili. And the first part of the chili, this is where they realize, they're breaking the rules completely. Where they didn't realize you told me it was a spirit, so now it's like, okay, they had like a little trump card there. It's like, there is no rules because it's a spirit, so there's no rules to it.
So
but the rules are, so
the rules are no
Leo's
rules.
making his chili, and it's obvious that
something bad's gonna happen.
No, it's obvious because the music's more like hip hop, hip hop. Kind of like an African American type music. Like African, like either jazzy, you know what I mean, like kind of like it sounds like a Prince song at times.
Yeah, it was like, I didn't know that. It's like I didn't know Prince was in this.
It sounded hip. It sounded more hip than anything else played in the movie.
Chili.
And he's just cooking the chili and just like, what's going on? And then the Wendigo, like a chili monster, comes out and
rips his hand off
and bites his hand off. And then one guy who has chili, he starts lighting on fire, and you're like, what is going on? And
it's like, and then it's just this mannequin, and they're basically going like this with the accent is going like,
oh my god!
And so you have this mannequin body that's completely rigid, hitting the ground, basically like this.
I was laughing so hard.
Going like, scene. What the hell is going on with this?
And then there's those 3 great scenes, and they all involve the same cabin.
That's their main one.
It's that one, and there's one.
Then you have the witch.
Okay, scratch that. The witch actually is a really well constructed scene. They already do the foreshadow of the pinup.
Yeah.
When they're playing cards, they show the pinup, and then he opens up the book again and has the same pinup.
Yeah,
to Miss October.
Yeah, and then he kind of just like throws it down to like continue his argument kind of thing.
And then a girl comes in, and you don't know, she's like a plain Jane, whatever. And then she's like, she's so hot in here. She takes off her clothes, so we have a gratuitous nudity scene. But it's Miss October, and you're like,
yes.
Wait a minute. And they have to do they have to repeat her taking off the robe like 7 times.
Yeah, it's just like so hot. So
it's more of like the character realizing, wait, hold on. And then she turns into like the Evil Dead witch and has this really awesome like kind of metal song. It's awesome. Yeah. If you know what the song is, because I'm going to go through the soundtrack, comment below whether that cool epic metal has like a female singer. That was epic. Like awesome. And their whole scene is really good. Lighting, everything is great. And then we go into, it's Tony, Gary, and Leo go out, and
without Leo's hand.
It plays like a Looney Tunes.
No. We have to go back just a little bit. Before the witch, Leo disappeared into the night, and you're like, yes. So Leo disappeared. So Gary runs to the door, opens it, and goes.
The guy who got burned. He's alive.
Yeah, the guy that got burned is alive, despite being 100% in flames.
Yeah.
And so Gary runs to the door, opens it, and goes like, Leo, where are you going? You can't go out there. Like, it's fine. Let him go. It'll be perfectly fine. And then they go over to the burn guy, and it really does look like Leo in burn makeup. It's like, I guess that actor couldn't make it that day, so we had to put like Leo in burn makeup because he sort of looks burned. Not racist. Hashtag not racist.
It was really like,
and then like so it's like, okay, we couldn't have Leo for this scene because we didn't have so and so for this scene. So Leo is now going to be playing him for this. So Leo is not in the shot at all. and then after that, when we get back to Leo, Tony, and Gary out there like.
It was like a Looney Tunes thing. They had cartoon music playing.
Oh yeah,
they were Elmer flooding.
Yeah, and they go out there. And it's like, I can't believe you stayed out here all night. And so you had to explain why he wasn't there. It's like, it's just as dangerous inside the cabin as outside the cabin.
But basically, it's to like Sandy. She's like, blah blah blah. I'm the chosen one. She knows everything apparently. And
just that she's the chosen one, really.
And two of the characters walk off. Leo and Guy.
Leo
off.
And Guy.
Who was the guy that walked the ice?
No, I think that was Peter.
Peter.
Watch his name's not Peter at all. We're just calling him Peter.
Blonde guy disappears. So it's just Sandy and Gary.
Yeah.
And then
who have not met by this point, but for whatever reason, it's like, what's going on? It's like, oh, Leo's dead. She's like, oh no, it's like, you didn't meet Leo. He was dead.
Who are you?
It's like, you did not meet Leo. Gary found you. Oh, it's true, they did meet. Gary found you, but you were unconscious. Why are you like? They're both caught up in this randomly. It's like, okay.
But basically that they figured out, okay, we gotta go to get this complete circle, blah blah. Even though like, then Wendigo in the beginning of the movie took Gary's friend's head and put it on the stick, so that completes the portal, right?
Well, maybe it wasn't strong enough, kind of thing. That's the only thing I never could figure out as a kid. It's like, wait a minute, he already put the head on the stick, so why didn't it go?
So it all leads to a big old claymation fight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the claymation is amazing. Like, there's a lot of they use a lot of things in here, and I'm like, this movie has a budget. What was it, $25,000?
$25,000 was the budget of
the
film.
There was matte paintings, which were really nicely done. There were claymation, there was puppets, there was all kinds of things.
Oh, you gotta love the Chili Monster puppets.
Oh, the Chili Monster puppets come back with a different chili song, and it's awesome.
It's like chili, no bacon, no beef, no cheese, no onions. It's like, what the hell's in this chili? Just water?
Amazing. evil. So Lisa, so she does it, and everything's happy. The end, and it just ends.
It just ends, but if you notice,
it ends in like a weird like Dragon Ball Z double Kamehameha when the original Guardian and her do like a lightning.
Yeah, they do lightning force. They both became the Emperor from episode 6, and they're just like.
And then like the Wendigo Centaur, whatever it was, blows up.
Yeah.
And they're like, you will have to come back and guard the place. Basically saying, you don't have to stay here forever, lady. And then she turns around like she's like, what? And then credits. And then some doo-wop song plays.
But if you notice, though, Leo survived. Horror movie, probably shot in the 80s, early 90s.
I was saying, Leo's alive! But the movie's not over yet, never mind!
But if you notice, there was a second person. Peter must have also been alive.
No. Oh, yeah, it was. But he was thrown across the...
I know, he was just... the thing is like, no! She just defeated you! That's how he did it. He stopped and went, she defeated you!
Well, we never saw the guy in the orange.
That's true, but it wasn't orange. It was Peter's jacket color. So unless he took the jacket off of Peter's body...
Tom Chaney did not think about that, and maybe they just added that.
Yeah.
Maybe the claymation was done separately, and it was like, he saw the cut, and like, wait a minute, what's he throwing? Who's that person he's throwing? No, he lives, and the claymation guy's like...
But he, unlike what he did with Gary, the Wendigo picked him up and just went like, brrr, against the wall, and just bashed him. Which at the point, they had like 3 different Wendigo cannibal zombie creatures basically come in. It's like, don't shoot us, Peter. We're your friends. We don't mean to. And it's like the makeup is like with the lighting, the makeup looked really good, especially with Gary because he's completely slashed up. He ripped out his heart. It's like, I've got a heart of ice now.
And they're just like, oh wow, who wrote that? But what I'd say about the movie is the soundtrack's great. There's some legit, decent, good songs, but there's also some questionable ones. There's like, why'd you put that there?
It's like what genres of music would you like for this film? Every genre.
Yeah, I do like. It kind of felt like I was watching a dream. It just felt like
definitely goes from like point A to like point G, and you're like, wait a minute.
It has like a nice kind of ethereal. At times, has like an ethereal feel to it. Like it feels like they're. It feels like, how like Blair Witch, like, especially the new one, where like they kind of like circle around the same woods. That's what it kind of felt like. It felt like you were kind of stuck in a cycle. It's just all snow everywhere.
Because they couldn't leave the island because the storm would get worse.
It's always blue.
No one could rescue anyone on the island because the storm would keep them out. So the Wendigo could control the weather too.
But the best part is that Sandy had a big old like kind of like frostbitten area on her cheek, but with a little.
But she was in a plane crash.
With the wet rag.
Wiped away all the makeup.
Oh, great. Anyway, I don't know how to
You don't know how to feel about this movie. It's a movie.
It's got 33% Rotten Tomatoes. I think that's a little harsh. I think it's a good 40%er. I was expecting a little higher I don't think it's that bad of a movie. I mean, when it comes to a Troma release, it could be pretty fun or really bad. Like Troma's Bigfoot, really bad. Frostbiter, pretty decent.
It's like, this is one of those movies that I would like watch with my father as a young kid, and it would be like, and it would be like on Cinemax. So we would watch like Frostbiter, Bloodhook, and Blades, which is basically Jaws with a lawnmower.
Yes. I hope that's in the hat.
That is in the hat. So,
but like I thought it was out of all the movies we have watched, it's one of the most enjoyable ones we've watched. Out of the 5 we've watched, it's one of the most enjoyable. It was long. It felt long. But there was a lot in there.
But it wasn't long like Deadly Prey, where it's like, okay, he's killed 1,000 people. How long have we watched this for? 15 minutes.
I want to see an interview of Tom Chaney talk about this movie. I want to know. I think there's intentional humor there, like the chili. I feel like that was intentional.
Well, I should be like, no, I actually meant for the entire movie to be 100% serious.
Oh, well, you failed, sir.
It got picked up by Troma. Failed.
Yeah, and then we watched the vintage promo, which is very
vintage promo for when it was released originally for one low payment, $69.95.
And why was Lloyd Kaufman dressed like Pee Wee Herman? I don't know. My point is, there's 2 Pee Wee references in the same video.
With a certain wrestler lately, I can understand why.
Anyway, how are we going to rate it?
Well, I would say, how many bowls of chili would you give this out of 5?
How many bowls of chili? I'd give it a 3. 3 bowls of chili.
I'm going to give it a 4.
And now, when I do my rating, I'm judging off B-movie. I'm not judging off movie in general.
Oh, no, it's like
Godfather.
No.
On a B-movie scale, it's a 3 for me.
For me, it's 4, but you have to go with music, the special effects. Yes, there's slow parts in it, which is why it's not a 5.
That's why it's a 3 for me.
But I grew up watching this, and this is only about a quarter of the movies in this hat I've watched, and this was one of them. So it's surprising. It's like, oh right, got a movie I watched. But yeah, it was the special effects at the time, especially the claymation and all that. I'm just really upset that they don't have the thing on the DVD at the end of the original movie on Cinemax. I'm just sad
they don't have the menu wasn't a good menu.
Yeah,
the menu was terrible.
At the end of the movie on when it was on Cinemax and stuff, the Wendigo is beating the cabin with a tree in the movie. Well, at the end of the credits on the release, he hits it and it sails away, and then he goes like this, like 4, like a golf ball thing. It does exist. I'm sure we can YouTube it and find it.
By the way, this is the director's cut.
Yeah, this is the director's cut.
So that wasn't even in it.
So, whether there's a minute?
I want to know what the other cut was. This is an hour and 15 minutes, or whatever.
Oh, we got
an hour and some change, and
we got to talk about the credits real quick before we end this video. The credits, they list the cast 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, they list the extras twice at least.
Yeah, and they list they definitely list the cast starring, and then the 10 people, not who they played. They list that twice, and then the actual list of characters and who they played.
And then the extras again.
Yeah, and then the cast of characters.
A special thanks to Mom Chaney's Chicken Soup.
Yes. And Mom Chaney.
Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell's in the thank yous.
Yes. But he's also from Michigan, where it was filmed in Canada and Michigan.
I want to know this Bruce in the comment section. Let me know if Bruce Campbell had a connection to this, or is it just thanks for the inspiration?
Because it's definitely got an Evil Dead vibe to it. You watch it, you're like, yeah.
There's even an Evil Dead 2 poster in it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
But it wasn't torn in half, generally all the other references.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I'll talk about Frostbiter. It was awesome. It was fun. For the parts, the effects parts. Awesome.
That's where they spent all their money.
Yes.
On the effects.
The actors, not so much.
Oh, man.
But what are your thoughts on Frostbiter? Let us know in the comment section below. Are there other movies that are B-movies you would like us to put in the hat? There's a lot in the hat right now, but there's a lot we might be missing.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comment section below. Also, when you do that, make sure it's available to be legally streamed or bought.
You know,
make sure it's not like it's not $100 out of print DVD. That's gonna be hard for us to pick up.
So it's Amazon, Netflix,
yes.
Hulu, Tubi or Pluto,
Verve, whatever.
Shudder. I don't know why I said Shudder.
Shudder. Anything that we can actually get. I'm not a big fan of illegally streaming things because that's robbing everyone of money and stuff like that. So not doing that. So please let us know.
And if it's available on these streaming services, then you can actually go and watch it. This one's actually also available on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
We watched the DVD cut of it just because it's also director's cut. The Amazon Prime one is just a normal cut. Whether there's like 30 seconds or 5 minutes extra, I don't know.
But we don't get the great Ron Ashton and his, what was it, Bustin' Babes?
Bitchin' Babes. Ron Ashton's Bitchin' Babes.
There's a music video and you're like, boy, this is terrible. Generic. But yeah, let us know. Follow us on our various social media outlets. Subscribe, share the video. Please share the video so we can do more of these.
Because
for free and all this, because this is fun. I enjoy doing these.
They're a different kind of
you never
film
know
you
what
get to watch.
happens.
Yeah,
like literally we draw them out of a hat, and this is legit. We're not doing this all. It's a gimmick. No, we legit pull it out of a hat and we watch it.
We watch it.
Freaking awful.
Yeah, we watch it and then we give about 5 minutes. Then we shoot it. That's it.
Yeah. So I think that'll be it. So until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm Gary, but not running around drunk Gary.
Yes. And we will see you later. Enjoy some chili.